This is Bella Fontella coming with you with another corner chat with the Boss Academy for Women Leading. We have the 6 steps to seeing it through that you could go through to navigate your way through a difficult situation. If you are in a challenging work situation as a woman and you're being challenged and you do not know how to navigate and get yourself out of it or how to maintain your sanity throughout it, please look at those 6 steps so you'll have some tools and tips and tricks to maintain your mental, emotional, physical health throughout that journey. However, I want to just cut my nose. I just want to talk today. I mentioned it when I was doing one of the 6 steps videos about sometimes we put ourselves into situations that cause problems. What we have to acknowledge is that once we take a job, we take what comes along with it. If it is something that is illegal, of course, you are immediately going to go and seek resources. But sometimes the situations, they are not nice, but not illegal. Okay, they're not illegal. And it's not fun, but it's just how it is. If it doesn't fall into one of the protected classes such as race, sex, political affiliation, gender, if it's just, you know what, they didn't feel like talking to you today, you know what, you just got the assignment and nobody else wanted, you know what, they all went out for lunch and left you, you know what, they just, it's not a good work environment, and things can be rectified within the work environment, within HR and your leadership, but it's not like all these microaggressions can end up getting someone fired and out of your life, and your life is going to be better. It doesn't go like that. However, sometimes when we're on the job search, we're desperate. We're looking. We've been marginalized. We don't have all the opportunities. So we're saying, okay, that's the awesome company. I always wanted to work for them. I'll do anything to be there. And the job description is screaming, problem, overworked, not acknowledged, big team, whatever it is, it's shouting out that this is not a job that may be fit for you, but you skim past all of that and you apply anyways. And you get on the job and it shows itself exactly how they discreetly described it. Or even you look for a job, you see the job description, it's kind of vague, and you're like, I'll just take anything, because again, we're desperate, put in positions up in the corner where we're having to prove ourselves so much to get a little bit of nothing. And you go to the interview, and now this is your opportunity to choose them, because at the end of it, you're choosing them. They can offer it to you, but you are choosing them. And that is for anything, relationships, food you eat. You are making the choice to put this in your life. They don't hold up that power to necessarily choose you. If you going in with a positive mindset and you know you're valuable and worthy of the job, whether they offer to you or not, you should be like, do I want this job or not? If they offer to me, great. Do I want this job? If they don't offer to me, do I want this job? Do I want this job? Do you hear me? Do I want this job? Not do they want me? And so you go into this interview, sorry for the tangent, little trigger. So you go into this interview and you are not saying anything because you're scared. If I ask the wrong question, they're going to think I'm ungrateful. If I say this, then it's going to turn them off. And, if they ask me if I'm okay with the salary, I just say yes, because, I don't want them to pick the other person who doesn't ask for as much as me. I didn't ask for opportunity to observe the environment and come and walk around for a day in the shoes. I just had to, if I said that, then I know they weren't going to hire me. So I'm just going to take whatever they say. Look, I've been through that and done all these things before and still do them, because I still be in some, but we're learning. We're in progress. But when you get to this stage, or even if you're not at stage, I don't care if you're 19, 16, 23, 55, it doesn't matter. If you are in that interview, that is your opportunity to interview them, not just them ask the questions. You come with your questions. If there's gaps and vagueness in this job description, you need to get down, okay, tell me what it's like, was this position filled by anyone before? Is it a new position? And are you gonna give me a tour? Is there anyone I can talk to about the position? Who will be my future coworkers? Don't let these people think that they have you by strings, and if you don't say the right thing, that's it. Look, I know a lot of people need jobs and they'll do anything to get it, and that's fine. There's a time and place for that too. But when you are in a good position and you're like, all right, it's time for a career change. I've been at this job 2 to 5 years or whatever it is, and I have to relocate now, or I want to go doing blah, blah, blah. I have 6 months to a year before I'm really going to make that change, so I can be patient. I can go on interviews for the fun of it. I can apply and see who gonna bite, And so at that time, in that frame of mind, when you know your worth and you're not just grasping anything that comes your way in better times, you can say, you know what? I think I want to observe for a day. Is there time I can come back? Let me get some feedback from some of the other co-workers or people who will be part of my team. I would like to ask them some questions. What is the salary advancement and how does that progress? What is your onboarding like? What is the first 3 months going to look like of my position? And after that, where are we going to go from there? There's many more questions I could ask. I don't have them all off the top of my head, but what I'm saying is, you need to completely embody and know what you are getting into. And if they are afraid to tell you, then that means that's not the job for you. Because if you are that qualified, they're going to give it all up. They're going to do whatever they got to do to get you. Now, if you don't feel like you're up to it and you're starting to like accept anything because you have some self-doubt within yourself and some insecurities, then again, you need to take some other classes that I haven't offered yet. See a therapist or do some self-help and some coaching, because when you don't have security in yourself and confidence in yourself, you're willing to take anything somebody throws at you, including work. So again, now that we know this, if you're watching this and you're in this, you've probably been through a situation that makes you identify with these 6 steps. Or now that you're in the middle of a mess and you found this video, now you're saying, all right, I'm never going to let this happen to me again. I am never going to let this happen to me again. Well, I'm letting you know, don't set yourself up for it again, because you had some of the signs. You may have had some of the signs like before you even started. And even me, I'm looking back to one of the worst situations I ever been through. Well, actually two situations that I've been through, actually 3. And they're pretty much the same thing I repeated over and over and over again. That's why I'm really talking like this. The first person, the job had never been filled by anyone else. It was very undefined. It was very vague. And that opened me up to a lot of issues, because I had no identity, no team, no budget, no nothing. And it was like a fake kind of title position with no substance. And that just sent me down a spiral of doing nothing. Then the next position I took out of desperation. And it's not the next, but another position I took out of desperation. And didn't ask enough questions. Saw something there that was kind of like a red flag, like, you're going to be kept from having this, but don't worry about that, even though this is going to be significant and detrimental to your future. But by the way, you're not going to have it. And I'm like, oh, well, that's okay. And it wasn't okay. It was not okay. It should have been a non-negotiable for me. I'm not going to go that route. I would love to be here with you, but in my contract, I'm going to need these needs met for me. Okay. And if this can't be met, I can't be here. And then continuing on and doing it for the second time, the same situation. Hey, you can have all this and you're going to be this and this is going to be your salary, but by the way, you're not going to be this and you're not going to have this. So don't even get it twisted. You'll never be that. Well, what if I need to be that? It laid it out for me, and what did I do? I did it again out of desperation. I got to get out of the situation. I'll do anything. Give it to me. I don't care. I'll figure it out later. Let me tell you something. Time goes by, And 6 months turns to a year, turns to 2, 3, 5, and you've now put yourself down a path that you now are losing because you didn't want to read the fine print. You wanted to be blind to the red flags waving at you. Okay, so we all have to take accountability. I'm here to help people get through their situations. I'm here to give you advice. I'm here to help you see it through and point you in the direction of getting professional help if you need it, or your resources just to kind of keep you boosted up in this situation. But I'm not here to lie and say that, hey, you didn't know what you were getting yourself into. But now that you've made a mistake, how are you going to correct it for the future? How are you going to make sure you don't do that again? So I'm going to wrap it up now to make sure that you really get the point and not just me being triggered by all my past. But just make sure you take care of yourself. Make sure that you come in with confidence and that you are strong and that what you stand on, you know, is good enough. And no one can pull that wool over your eyes ever again. Like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me about a situation where you knew you walked into some mess and then you want to be mad. Who you mad at? Tell me about it. Thanks. Bye.